Okay, earlier this week, Governor Doug Ducey gave his State of the State address where he was talking about a lot of plans he had for the upcoming year.
Now getting ready to release his budget, and this morning he is joining us.
Thanks for being here, Governor.
It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, now you got to pay for everything.
Yeah, right?
That's right. That's right. The State of the State, we're able to lay out the agenda, and on Friday we'll release our budget. There's going to be a real focus on K-12 education, on our kids and on our teachers. It's something we focused on over the last 3 years. There's a lot to do there. We came into office with a $1 billion deficit, and we've been able to increase per student spending 10% over the last 3 years, put $1.7 billion additional dollars into education, and we want to see this money go to our teachers.
How's it going to get there?
Well, this is up to the superintendents. We have a focused pay raise for the teachers, and we've seen a 9% increase in teacher funding over the last 3 years, but we want to see even more money get there. We had 50 education leaders behind me on Tuesday, the day after the State of the State. It looks like we're going to be able to settle this capital lawsuit. That'll add an additional $100 million to this year's budget.
And that's from underfunding the schools back during the Great Recession.
This all happened before I came into office during the recession. So we want to fix those issues. I mean, is growing, our economy's growing, we have additional dollars. K-12 education and the teachers are the top priority. So these dollars are all available, not only for capital, but for teacher raises.
All right. They matter and our kids matter.
They sure do matter. I heard you saying how hard they work. We could all name 3, 4, or 5 teachers that made a huge difference in our life. And it's real work when you take a child that's not learning and that teacher's the one that helps them understand or simplify the complexities of these subjects. And we want to get these dollars into the classroom and into their paychecks.
Okay. Something else we wanted to talk to you about, another thing that we talk about all the time is this epidemic with the opioid crisis.
It's awful.
And talk about knowing, either personally affected by it, you know a family member, or you've seen a family member die because of it. It's everywhere, and it's affecting people younger and younger.
It is everywhere, and it's affecting kids and families and marriages, all incomes across our state, really across our country. We lost 800 Arizonans to opioids last year, so we declared this a public health emergency. We're going to be calling for a special session with the legislature. We're bringing healthcare professionals, law enforcement professionals, and medical professionals together so we can put forward the most aggressive package possible to try to stamp out this epidemic. We've limited first fills on prescriptions. We've provided naloxone to first responders so we can overcome these overdoses, but there's more we can do, and we're going to be more aggressive.
Is it a doctor problem? Is it a drug company problem? Is this heroin? What are we talking about?
It's a bad actor problem. So we have some doctors. We have 4 doctors in one small rural Arizona community of 200,000 that have prescribed over 6 million opioid pills in this last year.
Where's going?
So this could be bad actors that are doctors, that are manufacturers, or just plain drug dealers. My pledge is hold whoever the bad actors are accountable. I think it's important that people know we're not going to try to be doctors from the state capitol. So people that do suffer from chronic pain, this is a miracle drug for them. People that are suffering from addiction, they need treatment and compassion. But we want to go after the bad actors that are causing these overdoses, and we believe they're avoidable.
One last question. Sheriff Arpaio supported you during your gubernatorial campaign. Now he's jumping into the Senate. What are your thoughts on that?
It's going to be an interesting Senate race with Jeff Flake's early retirement. I'm going to stay out of politics, and I'm going to focus on my day job.
I had a feeling that was going to be the answer.
Probably a good way to go.
Well, Governor Ducey, you said you're going to come back.
Yes, I will come back. I really appreciate the invite, and I'd love to come back.
Always great seeing you.
Always open invite. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy New Year.